Let's clear something up real fast. A revocable trust and an irrevocable trust are not upgrades of each other. They solve different problems. And choosing the wrong one can either limit your flexibility or leave your assets exposed. I'm Jason with Fortitude Financial, and today we're breaking down revocable trust versus irrevocable trust, what they are, how they work, and how to know which one actually makes sense for your situation. A revocable living trust is about control and flexibility. With a revocable trust, you can change it, amend it, add or remove assets, even dissolve it entirely. You're usually the trustee, you stay in control, and when you pass, assets transfer without a problem. Think of a revocable trust as I want things organized, private, and clean, but I still want full control. Here's what it does well. It helps you avoid probate. It keeps things private. It makes transition smoother, and it handles incapacity planning. But here's what it does not do. It does not protect your assets from creditors, and it does not remove assets from your taxable estate. So what is an irrevocable trust designed for? An irrevocable trust is about protection and strategy, not necessarily flexibility. Once assets go into a revocable trust, an irrevocable trust, you generally can't change it. You give up ownership and control, and those assets are no longer considered yours. I know that sounds scary, but until you understand why people use them, irrevocable trusts are commonly used to protect assets from lawsuits and creditors, reduce estate taxes, shield assets for Medicaid or long-term care planning, and create advanced wealth transfer strategies. Think of an irrevocable trust as I'm willing to give up control to gain protection. So here's the biggest mistake that people make. The biggest mistake isn't necessarily in choosing the wrong trust, it's choosing a trust without understanding the trade-off, right? Your revocable trust allows for flexibility, control, and simplicity. Irrevocable trust allows for protection, tax strategy, and permanence. Neither is better, they just solve different problems. So who typically needs a revocable trust? Well, a revocable trust often makes sense if you own property, you have kids or dependents, you want to avoid probate, you want to clean your transitions, and you want the ability to make changes over time. For most families and business owners, this is the foundation. But who typically uses an irrevocable trust? Well, irrevocable trusts are usually appropriate when net worth is high enough that estate taxes matter, your asset protection is a priority, you're planning far ahead for healthcare or legacy strategies, and you're working with advisors on advanced planning. This is not a DIY move. It requires coordination amongst your legal, tax, and financial strategies. So if you're a business owner, pay attention. Trust planning can get more nuanced for you. You need to consider your entity structure, your ownership transfers, succession planning, and control versus protection. Dropping a business into the wrong trust without strategy can create tax and operational problems fast. So the right answer for you could be both. Here's the part that most people don't realize. Many solid estate plans use revocable trust for core assets and flexibility, and one or more irrevocable trusts for specific goals. This isn't either or, it's about design. At my firm, Fortitude Financial, we don't start with documents, we start with your goals. If you want to understand whether a revocable trust or an irrevocable trust or a combination of the two makes sense for you, let's schedule a short intro call. You could hit us at the link in the description. That's fortitudefinancial.co. No pressure, no cookie cutter answers, just clarity. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.